I'm Sydney Armstrong, and I'm currently a first-year, third-grade teacher. I'm at an International Studies magnet elementary school. And with that, I'm always trying to find ways to incorporate cultural perspectives into this third-grade curriculum. They read about all different countries around the world and learned about how people there get access to books and their perspective. They learned how, through the struggle, these people around the world, they really love reading and they love to learn. And so that was through our informational text. We discuss equality and perspective through our human body unit. I had my kids understand that no matter what another person looks like on the outside, their skin color, their language, their culture, our systems, our body systems all work the same way. And my kids had a really good discussion on that. Ethics and government unit is what I've taught so far. I chose to not just teach our own government, but we also looked at other governments, like at the United Kingdom and in China. I am fortunate enough to have friends right now currently living and teaching in China, and I was able to set up a Skype time with them, and we talked about what my kids learned and how they live and their daily routines, and it just really gave them a new perspective on China. As of now, I love to use the iPads and my laptops, and I use this technology to help them hear fluent reading and engage in a love of reading and just also practice technology. On the iPads, I like to use apps like Epic Books and Raz Kids. We use Brain Pops and YouTube on the laptops to just hear reading. I have a smart board, and I've used that to do what we call reading karaoke. I feel like Google is also a wonderful way to integrate multiliteracy through Google Docs and voice dictation. We use Google Slides and Google Forms to gather and present our information. 2016 and 2017, my trip to Canada was my eye-opener to traveling, and it taught me that traveling can be used more as a vacation, and I used it to learn something and gain cultural perspective myself. In Canada, I took the time to get to know people there. I talked to them and asked them questions, and just getting to know them. And then later that year, I went to the Dominican Republic. I did see a schoolhouse there and noticed how they had no books, basically. It was just benches in a room. And it just made me want to learn more. Because then I student taught later. I happened to get a new student whose first day was my first day. She was a refugee student from the Congo. And I just could cry thinking about her. She gave me a new perspective on everything. And then I feel like because of the same student, 2 days after student teaching, I decided to join a trip last minute to travel our own country within a 2 weeks time frame. I just felt like I needed to know my own country before I could ever gain full perspective for other countries. I met so many different amazing people that taught me so much. I remember saying the whole trip, the United States has so much more to offer than I ever realized. So many different cultures and landforms and climates and people. And because of that trip and my recent experiences, I just know I need to see other parts of the world now that I know my own part of the world. I think it will benefit my classroom simply through the experience that I can bring back to my kids. Something I can show them all my information from my trip in the United States and Canada and Dominican, and then I can show them another part. Keep their minds moving and comparing these places and gaining new perspective. Hopefully, if I can get to go to Prague, I can gain new friends to expand my global network there. And I won't just have friends in China that my kids can Skype with, but I could have friends in Prague that my kids can Skype with as well. And just be more excited about the topic of global awareness and bring a lot to the international magnet that's here at my school. Open-mindedness and acceptance for other cultures and people is exactly what we need. And I think that's what this trip would give me.